Hi, I'm Tom Collins. I'm the Executive Director of the Arizona Citizens Clean Elections Commission, the state's voter education agency. We're here today to talk about ID at the polls. And joining us is Thad Hall, the Election Director in Coconino County. Thanks, Thad, for being here.
Thank you very much.
So, Thad, I know that voters enacted through a referendum our voter ID requirements a number of years ago. Mm-hmm. But people still have questions or are new to the state. So why don't you give us an overview of how ID at the polls works?
Sure. So first of all, you need to show identification if you vote in person, either early or on election day. And the most common form of ID that people show is a driver's license. If you don't have that form of ID, though, and sometimes people move and it doesn't have their current address on it.
Sure.
What you need to do is to show a secondary form of ID that shows your current address. So you might show your driver's license and a utility bill or something like that, and that will make sure that we know both that you are who you are and also that you live where you say you live. Now, the recorder's office in every county in Arizona, they will provide you with your voter registration card, which you can use as a form of ID. And they can also provide you with what's called a recorder's certificate. And this also has your name and address on it, and it's an official government document. And you can use this as a secondary form with your driver's license. And then in Coconino County, we've actually done something unique this year. We send everybody a voter guide for 2020. And if you're a registered voter in the county, you received this. And we have this nice perforated voter card, and it has your name and address on it. You can just tear it along the perforations. Yeah. And you can actually show this at the polls, and it'll be a non-photo form of ID. So if you moved, you still have a driver's license or a passport, you could show this or one of the other documents, and you'd be able to vote. Now, obviously, some people, they may lose their driver's license and they need to know, well, what do I do in that situation?
Yeah.
And in that case, you can take two forms of non-photo identification to the polls. So you might, for instance, you might take your voter registration card and a utility bill.
Sure.
And as long as you bring two forms that have your current name and address on it that matches what's on our voter registration records, you'll be able to vote.
Okay, great. So that's a lot of information to take in. But if you have any question about that, county recorders and election offices in York County, whether it's Coconino or elsewhere in the state, are available to take your call. Clean Elections on our website has a tool where it allows you to click through, showing the identification documents you have to see if you have sufficient ID. And then, of course, if you have any questions about these issues, you should contact your local county election officials or the Clean Elections Commission so we can help you to make sure that you have the ID you need to vote in person in Arizona. So, Thad, thank you very much for your time.
Thank you.